In a shocking turn of events, Sean Diddy Combs, the iconic hip-hop mogul, is facing an explosive lawsuit. A woman has come forward with allegations that Diddy raped her under threat of violence when she was just 19, a college freshman. The chilling nature of this lawsuit thrusts us into uncomfortable yet critical conversations about the dark underbelly of power dynamics in the entertainment world. Diddy's image, cultivated over decades, now stands on precarious ground. Could the cultural icon who brought us hits like "I'll Be Missing You" truly be involved in something so heinous? As this lawsuit unfolds, many are left questioning the very fabric of accountability in the music industry. The magnitude of this case stretches far beyond one man, reaching into the heart of a system where sexual violence and silence go hand in hand. In 2004, when this alleged incident took place, Diddy was already a monumental figure in the entertainment industry, famous for his influence over music, fashion, and celebrity culture. The accuser, a college freshman, was captivated when she received an invitation to a photo shoot with Diddy near her Brooklyn campus. To a young, impressionable student, this seemed like the opportunity of a lifetime, a golden ticket into a glamorous world. But what she initially perceived as a career-defining moment quickly spiraled into something far darker. This part of the story unveils how trust can be manipulated by those wielding power. Her journey from excitement to trauma paints a grim picture of how young women are often drawn into dangerous situations, unaware of the true motives of those in power. After the photo shoot, the night took a dramatic turn. The woman and her friend were invited to an after-party at a luxurious Manhattan hotel. For many young women, being invited to such events feels like a rite of passage, an introduction to the high-flying lifestyle of the entertainment elite. But behind the glitz and glamour, danger often lurks. As they entered the hotel, excitement shifted to unease soon. They found themselves in a locked room with Diddy and one of his entourage members. What had initially been a moment of excitement quickly transformed into one of entrapment. The atmosphere shifted from celebratory to menacing, and their options for escape grew fewer by the second. These kinds of moments happen all too often, especially in industries where fame and power are intertwined, leaving young women vulnerable to those who hold all the cards. This pivotal moment highlights the blurred lines between admiration and exploitation, where what should have been a safe, exciting experience turns into something predatory. As the night wore on, the lawsuit alleges that Diddy began pressuring the women to consume alcohol and drugs. What began as a party atmosphere became sinister as he grew more aggressive with his demands. When they initially resisted, the power dynamic became crystal clear. Diddy's celebrity status and influence loomed large, and the women, feeling outnumbered and isolated, found themselves in a rapidly escalating situation. Coercion, particularly when fueled by drugs and alcohol, complicates the issue of consent, and this moment paints a disturbing portrait of how someone in Diddy's position can use his power to manipulate those around him. The lawsuit describes a harrowing scene in which Diddy allegedly forced the woman to undress, ignoring her pleas for him to stop. This moment, she claims, became a nightmarish reality that she had no power to escape from. Her attempts to resist only seemed to fuel his aggression. As chilling as this account is, it shines a spotlight on the emotional and psychological toll that such experiences can have on survivors of sexual violence. This event isn't just an isolated crime, it's emblematic of the unchecked abuse that can thrive in the entertainment industry, where those with wealth and fame often operate above the law. Abstract, intense visuals conveying a sense of fear and helplessness, a dimly lit hotel room, blurry motion representing the struggle, and close-ups of tears and pleading expressions. Avoid explicit depictions, focusing instead on the emotional weight of the moment. After the assault, the woman was left alone in the room, vulnerable and in shock. According to the lawsuit, she was alone for about 30 minutes before a different security guard entered. This individual unknowingly became a glimmer of hope for her escape. The appearance of the guard raises pressing questions about the role of bystanders in such scenarios, whether they are aware of what is happening and, if so, whether they feel empowered to intervene. In this case, the woman was able to leave the room, but the damage had already been done. The lasting emotional and psychological impact of sexual violence can haunt survivors for years, making this moment a critical point in her eventual decision to come forward. Nearly 2 decades later, the woman has come forward as Jane Doe to file a lawsuit against Diddy, seeking justice for what happened all those years ago. This legal battle isn't just about one woman's courage to speak out, it's about the broader reckoning in the entertainment industry that's been bubbling to the surface for years. With more and more survivors finding the strength to come forward, it's evident that the culture of silence around sexual violence is breaking down. The lawsuit represents not only her personal fight for justice, but also a collective demand for accountability from those who have long abused their power. This lawsuit is not an isolated incident for Diddy. Recently, he has faced multiple legal battles, including allegations of sex trafficking and racketeering. Though he has pleaded not guilty to these charges, the mounting legal issues paint a troubling picture. The cumulative weight of these accusations is shifting the public's perception of Diddy from that of a beloved music icon to someone entangled in a dark web of criminal allegations. As more details come to light, it's clear that the public and the justice system must grapple with the extent of Diddy's alleged abuses of power. The public's reaction to these allegations has been a mix of shock, disbelief, and support for survivors. For decades, Diddy has been celebrated as a pioneer of hip-hop, but these revelations have complicated his legacy. This case has ignited powerful discussions about consent, abuse, and the treatment of women within the entertainment industry. Many are now reflecting on how power dynamics within the industry have long silenced victims. But as the cultural conversation shifts, survivors are no longer staying quiet. The bravery of those coming forward continues to galvanize movements like #MeToo, demanding that the entertainment industry and society at large no longer turn a blind eye to abuse.